nature's brutal moments reveal surprising truths. Millions of Americans are haunted by these 30 animal falls caught on camera. Did you know that 80% of them survive because of their resilient instincts? Discover the secret behind each shock. A herd of deer leaping from a highway bridge in Iowa, captured on a dashcam in 2017, serves as a wake-up call. Urbanization, cold bridges and roaring cars have driven them into panic, turning their survival instinct into a fatal leap. When humans overexploit innocent creatures, they pay with their lives. On the cliffs of the Rockies, a horse slipped and plunged 200 feet into a terrifying moment in 2024. The sheer, merciless drop was ready to swallow the horse in an instant.
Opa.
But the miracle happened to this man. Fortunately, he was assisted by a passerby. Would you dare to set foot in that mortal world? Would you dare to face the moment when a mother wild boar helplessly watches her cubs being swept away by the Montana Falls at a speed of 20 feet per second? The camera recorded the 500 to 700 newtons of water that could not be stopped, but the cliff saved the herd. Nature is harsh, only waiting for luck to save them. Emperor penguins live in the coldest place on Earth, Antarctica, where all life is at stake. In search of food, they do not hesitate to jump from icebergs up to 50 feet high into the frigid sea. Even young, not yet fully grown, must learn to make these risky jumps to survive. Hesitation will lead them behind. The woman was pulling a donkey loaded with goods. through the most dangerous mountains of the Andes, where the donkey is considered the king of transportation. At the fateful moment, it lost its balance and plunged straight into the abyss. The outcome of this accident, whether the donkey will survive or not, is still something that no one dares to predict. Do you know where the cow is considered the most valuable asset? This source of his livelihood was being taken away by nature, so he did not hesitate to rush in to save it. Despite the man's best efforts, the mountain did not give way to the cow. Cattle grazing needs to be strictly controlled so that they do not stray. While observing a herd of elephants near the Sand River Gate in the Masai Mara, Kenya, working with our Elephant Partners Conservation Initiative, the elephants decided to walk down the Sand River. They managed to walk down the riverbank, some clearly enjoying doing so in a special way. It was considered that they had mastered nature. Mountain goats see confrontations as life or death battles. If they don't fight, they starve. The most delicious rewards lie on the treacherous slopes, and only the strongest goat can reach them. The tension is so intense that only one of them can win. I only knew that eagles were the kings of the sky, but this scene really shocked me. A golden eagle swooped down and grabbed a baby goat weighing about 15 pounds, while the female goat fought for her life with her horns. The eagle's immense strength, with a force of up to 440 psi, easily lifted its prey. According to research, they can carry objects weighing up to 40 pounds, more than enough to take down a goat. Deer are known for their excellent balance on steep slopes, thanks to their powerful legs. However, when they fight for a mate, deer show their fierceness, so they do not dominate the slopes. And you know, nature is never forgiving. In rural Marion County, Florida, where monkeys escape from sanctuaries or roam the pet trade, collisions spike each year. To prevent tragedies, use GPS-enabled animal tracking apps and deploy temporary road nets in the morning. What creative solutions would you suggest for these outdoor collisions? Disturbing footage of cars badly damaged in collisions with moose has increased the need for action. Community leaders are pushing for wildlife-safe highways and patrols or bridges designed for the animals. Officials are under pressure to act quickly. Rural roads become chaotic as startled horses are spooked by reckless drivers, reminiscent of recent feral hog accidents in similar areas like York County. Speeding or passing too close will trigger a horse's flight instinct. To be safe, slow down, keep at least 15 feet behind, and stay alert. Let's discuss your plan for safe rural driving. Chaos erupts when livestock are left unchecked due to overgrazing. These fascinating videos expose a dangerous trend of livestock roaming the streets in the morning and early evening. Overgrazing must stop. Keep animals fenced in for the safety of people. In May 2025, chaos ensued on US 17 near Charleston, South Carolina, when feral pigs caused a series of accidents. A motorcyclist was slightly hit but escaped injury thanks to a sturdy helmet. A cyclist's bike was destroyed and a car sustained $30,000, 0 cents, in damage in the crash. This road is a death trap, so slow down and stay alert. Have you had any experiences with wildlife on the road? Without urgent action, the chaos will escalate. The government has installed AI wildlife detection cameras, infrared sensors, and speed limit signs to warn drivers, but is that enough? On the contrary, if you are an irresponsible road user, the situation will be worse. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our videos. We will continue to bring you interesting content about survival skills and road safety issues when encountering wild animals. See you in the next video. Be careful and stay safe out there. You may not realise that train collisions are many times more serious than road accidents involving wildlife. Videos of train derailments and broken tracks have highlighted the dangers. There are calls from the public for urgent action, including reinforced rail fences, real-time animal tracking systems, and advanced sensors to help train operators respond proactively. A flock of sheep left to roam unchecked ran amok on the tracks, causing a catastrophic collision. In 2024 alone, there were more than 20 such incidents that caused trains to derail and claim lives. Ranchers must ensure the safety of their livestock before nightfall, and railways must have motion sensor warnings. Don't let negligence cause tragedy. What can you learn? In a violent clash between nature and steel, kangaroo train collisions have crippled Victoria's B/line network. With cancellations doubling to 3.7% since 2015, with 300 Bendigo and 200 Seymour trains grounded in the year alone. Never before has a collision between a train and an animal been so brutal. It is not a simple collision, but a silent battle where innocent creatures are swept away in the madness of the trains. At 7 a.m. in Santa Mateo Canyon, a donkey crossed the tracks when a Union Pacific train whizzed by. Causing a dramatic collision. Was the mule careless, or was the train driver unprepared? Near Oostvaardersplassen, deer broke through a flimsy fence and met a tragic end under the wheels of a train. must build wildlife paths, strengthen fences and monitor migrations, or more lives will be lost. The problem is not the train drivers, but our negligence. A tragedy occurred near Germany's Landrecken tunnel when 20 grazing sheep strayed onto the tracks and were hit by an Intercity Express train travelling at 124 p.m. from Hamburg to Munich. Deutsche Bahn had to repair the tracks for days, disrupting a vital route. After a collision with a train, you might think that animals would be safe. But the opposite is true. A 6,000-pound elephant can die in a crash. In many cases, machines are used to pull the carcass off the tracks. Highlighting the severity and unimaginable devastation of these collisions, what do you think about installing smart fences with motion sensors along high-risk railway lines? Sensors detect livestock, alert train operators to slow down or stop, Do you know of any countries that have successfully implemented this measure? Let me know as soon as possible. The idea is that faster animals will avoid trains. But a freight train can travel at 50 to 70 pmps, which is much faster than a cow. Keeping cattle in pens a mile or more away from the tracks, for example, can reduce the risk, but it creates problems for ranchers who rely on open land for grazing, especially in places like the Midwest or rural Australia. Are invasive species to blame for these horrific collisions, or are farm animals just caught up in the chaos? With more than 268,000 square miles of grasslands, forests and wetlands, Texas is a haven for wild boars. The warm climate, abundant water from thousands of streams and a rich diet of acorns and roots help them thrive. But this bounty also makes them a nightmare, destroying millions of acres of land and defying all attempts at control. Brought to the United States by Spanish explorers in the 16th century, wild boars have become one of the most dangerous invasive species. With an estimated population of 9 million, they are present in more than 35 states, from Florida to California. In Texas, they cause $2 billion. $500 million, 0 cents in damage each year, destroying millions of acres of corn, soybeans and wheat. A female pig can give birth to up to 12 piglets a year, causing the population to grow rapidly. Weighing 75 to 400 pounds, running at speeds of 30 miles per hour, and with large tusks, wild boars pose a threat not only to crops but also to humans. One West Texas farmer said he was once chased and nearly knocked down by a 250-pound pig while checking his fence. To combat wild hogs, Texas farmers have built steel fortresses called corrals that are up to 40 feet wide and 6 feet high to prevent them from jumping out. Wild boar trapping can catch a herd of 20 to 30 animals at a time. The trick is to place the wild boar trapping in the right location, near a stream or large lake, where the pigs often gather to drink. Signs like rutted soil or 3-inch footprints are important clues. One big surprise is fermented corn bait. Soaking corn in water for 5 to 7 days creates a scent that catches the hogs off guard. One Comal County farmer caught 40 in one night by simply setting the traps near a lake and using fermented corn. But to succeed, they must overcome the invasive species' incredible intelligence. Wild boars are not so easily defeated. They are active mainly between 9 PM and 3 AM and have a frightening ability to learn. Many farmers make the mistake of using weak wire mesh, which allows the boars to break through the traps in minutes. Another serious mistake is closing the trap gates too early, catching only a few animals and allowing the herd to continue breeding. Or worse, if the trapped pigs let out a distress call, they alert the entire area, causing the remaining boars to stay away from the trap forever. According to the USDA, a single failure can make the boars smarter, making the trap much more difficult to work with. This turns the fight into a risky game of cat and mouse. How do you beat wild hogs? The answer is patience and technology. Texas farmers leave trap gates open for 5 to 7 days, allowing the hogs to get used to eating the bait without suspicion. They use infrared cameras to monitor the traps, closing the remote-controlled gates only when 80% of the herd is in the trap. Once caught, the hogs must be moved within an hour to avoid warning calls. Another surprising strategy? Change the location of the wild boar trapping every 3 to 4 months to trick the wild boar's memory. With these techniques, some farmers have a success rate of as much as 70%, saving thousands of acres of land each year. In addition, the use of wild boar trapping using iron cages and more aggressive methods such as poison, which will be allowed in Texas starting in 2024, has sparked fierce debate. Animal rights groups called the traps cruel, while ecologists warn that mass culling could upend ecosystems, threatening native species like deer and migratory birds. Farmers say doing nothing would be catastrophic, with wild boars destroying 100,000 acres of wetlands each year, endangering water supplies and biodiversity. So, what's the right answer? The video raises awareness of a global problem, promotes sustainable solutions, and inspires communities to take action against invasive species. The fight against wild boars is not just about protecting crops. It's about protecting livelihoods and the future of communities. Through ingenuity and perseverance, Texas farmers are fighting back against these invaders. Have you ever encountered a wild boar or heard about this fight? Share your story in the comments.
At night, when all human activities have stopped, giant invaders, wild boars, appear. They invaded rice fields about to be harvested. They destroyed the largest source of income for American farmers, leaving large gaps everywhere. They gnaw on each rice plant continuously for many hours until their stomachs are full. After enjoying victory in the rice fields, these wild boars invaded the chestnut garden. Hundreds of pounds of chestnuts were scattered on the ground, leaving large footprints everywhere. They loosened soil roots, seriously affecting plant growth. Estimated annual losses reach up to 34 million USD for the agricultural sector, an alarming figure that requires urgent government intervention. Destruction of wild boars not only causes economic damage but also threatens the livelihood of farmers. Farmers must stay up at night to prevent wild boars from returning to rice fields. Due to the increasing number of reports of crop damage, local agencies have issued hunting licenses to control the wild boar population. Hunters also face many difficulties in solving problems because wild boars are very intelligent and adapt quickly. When night comes, the fierce battle breaks out. The wild boars are trying to escape hunter pursuit. The continuous gunfire scared the wild boar and ran towards the forest. The hunting group eliminated 285 wild boars in 30 minutes, demonstrating the effectiveness of modern technology in controlling this pest. Hunting wild boar at night in the United States requires a valid hunting license. The United States government has strict requirements regarding the use of this license. Hunters must comply with state and federal regulations, including participating in safety training courses and understanding relevant hunting laws. The license clearly states the fall and winter wild boar hunting seasons. When hunting wild boar at night in the field, hunters must comply with safety regulations such as wearing protective clothing, using flashlights and night vision devices, and notifying local authorities of hunting plans. This helps prevent unwanted accidents and ensures safety for the hunter and those around him. When the hunt ended, the hunter collected a giant wild boar weighing up to 356 pounds, still holding an ear of corn in its mouth. With utmost concentration and precision, the bullet landed on the pig's weak point, causing it to fall with a loud noise. Their determination and efforts defeated the aggressive wild boars. The use of firearms is one of the most effective means of dealing with invasive feral swine throughout the United States. After the intervention of extreme measures and government support, agriculture was restored. However, the use of guns in real-life conditions can cause controversy and opposition from some groups or individuals concerned about the rights of wildlife. They argue that hunting can cause unnecessary suffering to animals and that other measures are needed to solve the problem. Therefore, the use of guns needs to be carefully considered and regulated scientifically, ensuring that damage to the environment is minimized and that measures to deal with wild boars are equitable. The attack of giant invasive species ends, and Americans must face long-tailed macaques causing trouble in the city. After one night, America's streets became chaotic because of the attack of millions of long-tailed monkeys. Traffic security and the activities of local people are all affected by noise. They suddenly become aggressive and act uncontrollably towards humans. According to verification from local information sources, the main reason is that people do not understand clearly about feeding monkeys. Fast food, soft drinks, and vegetables are foods high in sugar, calories, and fat. Overconsumption causes them to grow and reproduce rapidly, and also causes them to become uncontrollably aggressive. With the increase in incursions of intelligent and agile monkeys into residential areas in the US, countermeasures have become urgent. Guns are the top priority tool to take down these millions of long-tailed macaques. Because they are animals with good climbing ability, hunting activities often take place during the day. Five monkeys appeared from the far area, preparing to cross the fence to enter the city in search of food. But the hunter promptly stopped their daring behavior with 19 bullets. The hunter used precise aiming skills to target their weak points and successfully took down 3 to 4 of them, causing them to fall through the fence and lie motionless on the ground. Under pressure from the monkeys' destruction of the city, hunters carefully prepared with appropriate equipment to conduct the hunt. Using the FX Impact gun for close shots and the HAWA 6.5 Creedmoor for long shots, each shot is a declaration of war against their intrusion. With the combination of effective gunners and equipment, hunters defeated each of their attacks. The number of monkeys in the city has decreased by about 40% each year. Wild boars are omnivores, eating almost anything they can find. They eat not only plants, insects, and small animals, but also decomposed animal carcasses. This consumption can spread diseases and disrupt the ecological balance. In Canada, the wild boar herd initially had only 500 individuals, but by 2020 it had exploded to about 6 million animals. This increase began in the 1990s when wild boars were released into the wild from farms. According to a Canadian government report, damage caused by wild boars is estimated at about $37 million USD per year. This situation requires intervention and strict management to control the impact of wild boars on the ecosystem and economy. Faced with the serious conditions caused by wild boars, Canadian authorities have taken countermeasures using Jaeger Pro TM traps to control and reduce their numbers. This method brings many advantages in hunting, allowing hundreds of animals to be caught in one trap, and it helps hunters reduce the risk of being attacked by wild boars during the fight. Traps are placed in areas with high wild boar densities. Before leaving the trap area, hunters need to check the trap's functionality. The system is designed so that one person can install it within 30 minutes. And to use this type of trap in Canada, hunters need to comply with hunting and wildlife control regulations. Including registration and licensing from local regulatory agencies. Additionally, they should master how to use the latest technology and methods from the authorities. Each time a trap is set, the hunter can catch a large number of wild boars, up to 45. According to regulations in Canada, in each hunting season, hunters are allowed to catch 150 to 200 animals per week to control the number. This has helped reduce the large number of wild boars from 6 million to about 2 million, helping to improve the natural environmental ecosystem by 67%. Hunters choose locations to install traps, considering wild boar activities and surrounding environmental factors. They will carefully arrange corn bait to attract wild boars, making sure there is enough bait and space for them to easily reach it. In case of bad weather, the corn bait can be soaked in water, reducing the ability to attract wild boars. When wild boars are attracted to food placed in traps, they often move in search of food in groups. It is more advantageous that the trap operates with an automatic mechanism. Hunters will save time checking the trap. They can sit at home and control and observe remotely. When wild boars are caught in a trap, the hunter will receive images from the camera, and when there are enough, activate the trap door feature to collapse and trap the wild boars inside. In Canada, the government has regulations that hunters aged 16 and older are allowed to set traps to hunt wild boars, to ensure that trapping brings safety to them to avoid cases of impact from wild boars. At the same time, catching pregnant wild boars and young animals is not allowed. This is a humane action against invasive animals carried out by the government in the face of controversy from the animal protection community. Hunters will not be allowed to consume wild boar meat in Canada because they can cause infectious diseases that can affect human health. In case of violating these regulations, hunters will face legal penalties prescribed by Canadian authorities. After collecting and catching a large number of wild boars, hunters need to carefully handle and clean the traps to ensure the environment is not affected. Hunters often collect materials such as trap panels and related equipment carefully, ensuring that no debris or items that could be dangerous to animals are left in the environment. Do you have any suggestions for improving and optimizing the trapping process of Canadian hunters? Please comment below. If you find the Jaeger Pro TM trap effective many times in capturing a large number of wild boars, please comment number 1. Thank you for watching the entire video. Don't forget to press the subscribe button to the channel so you don't encounter any diseases. Please continue watching the video.
These approaches have been great at stopping the spread of some invasive species. Got any ideas for even better solutions? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all dive into it together. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And hey, be sure to tell your friends about us too so they can check it out. Bye and see you in the next video.